I had some news, some good news.
5-month pogo.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I was working out earlier this morning, I heard about some information that may shock you.
Sparkles.
I was so excited that I could not wait to go home. And I changed my title immediately. Information that...
Geez, 5 months already.
Conservative pundit, media personality, person most responsible for your grandparents getting brain cancer. A routine agitator of racial agitprop.
Rush is dead.
A person who has said that the NAACP is responsible for riots. A person who hasn't necessarily spoken too fondly of others when they have died, including Kurt Cobain, even. A person that most Zoomers are not even acquainted with because, you know, a person who's responsible for an entire boomer generation getting brainwashed by conservatism. The brain cancer of conservatism. The man, the myth, the legend, Rush Limbaugh is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Hips! 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 I'm not seeing enough movement. Now, I will get back to the personal news part of the broadcast in a brief moment. I just wanted to give you this, get it out of the way, you know, because I know a lot of people wanted to talk about the most important news of the day. So, I will get all the Zoomers acquainted with the man, the myth, the legend, Rush Limbaugh, as we celebrate his life and his many accomplishments as he rots in hell, if there is a hell to begin with. Imagine being pro-life and then dying. Devastating. What a hypocrite. Hey, thank you, Over Reaper, for the 20 gifted subs. Anyway, but yeah, let's get back to the personal news stuff of the broadcast. I just wanted to get that out of the way. We got to do that. We'll probably do that more later today. You know, sometimes you got to cherish these moments when you have some good news, you know, in a sea of horrifying and devastating news when everything is just not going right. And, you know, the Democratic administration is not moving as fast as you'd want them to, not taking the necessary progressive steps to avert our acceleration towards fascism. But I just wanted to make sure that we got this out of the way. You know, sometimes there's some good things that do happen. You know, maybe 2021 will be different than 2020. Who knows? I am looking forward. You got Henry Kissinger. We got Dick Cheney. There are plenty of people that are pure villains. I mean, pure villains through and through. I mean, we'll see. The other Koch brother is alive. Prince Philip. Celebrating him going to DR for young boys and developing an addiction to painkillers. My friend.
LMFAO not Rush Limbaugh because he is fucking dead. Lamau crab plus crab plus crab plus crab plus crab plus crab plus.
In the case of, if I were to make a cancer analogy, it's like when people say, or a Hitler analogy rather. It's like when people say, well, Hitler can't all that bad, you know, after all Hitler killed Hitler. And it's like, well, cancer is pretty fucking devastating and it's pretty bad. But sometimes it stops further brain cancer from spreading by knocking out different forms of brain cancer. And that is what happened here on this day. Rush is done, and not just on Fox News. Yeah. So, for most of you have no fucking clue. Like, you literally have no fucking clue. You do not know what Rush Limbaugh has done. Like, you just don't understand it. You just know him as, like, the old guy who fucking got like a medal for no reason from Donald Trump, and like a bunch of boomers like myself were agitated by this, and you're like, who the fuck? This guy, and I've used him before, I've talked about him before, like what he has done in radio broadcasting is something that I talk about as far as what I consider to be the style of content that I do. I am very similar to Rush Limbaugh, except not a fucking psychopath who routinely lies and in the most ridiculous and the most obvious fucking ways. But he is the OG conservative broadcaster, like one of the OG conservative broadcasters. Most people don't know. If you don't know who the fuck he is, that means you probably live in a more liberal bubble. You probably live in a city or something like that, and you don't have a lot of conservative relatives. Like, this guy's reach is impossible to comprehend. Like,
crab.
Oh my lord. Oh, Alex. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll get to the tweets in a little bit. Rush Limbaugh had 4 wives and no children. He was impotent before the oxy, and now his bloodline is extinguished. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. There's a lot going on. Oh, we'll do the famous Rush quotes in a little bit. Like, guys, this dude is so quotable. Like, a lot of the stuff that you hear nowadays from like the likes of Ann Coulter and stuff, like, this is just old school boomer conservatism, boomer racism through and through. Here, look, let me put it to you this way. The NFL all too often looks at a game between Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. There, I said it. Old school shit. Like, straight up, like, you know, every black person is violent and a criminal and a gangbanger, you know, that sort of thing. Like, that's why, like, some of the things that Rush Limbaugh is famous for saying, if I said now, you'd be like, what? Who fucking talks this way? Like, you wouldn't even comprehend it. You'd be like, what? Who? There's no, it's like from a bygone era. You know what I mean? It's like old school racism. Like the NAACP quote that I was talking about, which is, where he's like, the NAACP is famous, like they're teaching people how to do riots over there. Like, that's almost like, you know, he might have said that in like the 90s or whatever, but that's like a 1964 era. Like that's like a 60s, 70s era racist remark, but he was doing that in the fucking 90s.
Hasan, thank you for helping me learn more about politics and pull me out of my chud home hassle.
Was he Trump supporter racist or Klansman racist? He toes the line between Trump's. Well, he was Trump supporter racist before Trump. So, like, he is. Oh, Rush Limbaugh's racism. Wow, that's a quick one. Oh, from 2013. Okay. Personal news. I haven't even tweeted out. I just like, let me just go through this. The NAACP should have riot rehearsal. They should get a liquor store and practice robberies. Yeah, exactly. Like that sort of thing, dude. Very, just excellent forms of racism. Like shit that you hear from your grandpappy. Your grandfather, you know how you steal fucking quotes from me when you're talking to other people to make yourself seem smart, like you're more knowledgeable about politics than you actually are? That's what your fucking granddad did with Rush Limbaugh. Okay? Literally, but for racism. Like, you will repeat some of the things you hear from me as like talking points to other people or to impress women or whatever the fuck you're doing. That's what your grandfather was doing to impress the other racists within his vicinity, to be like, no, you don't understand. Like, my racism level is through the fucking roof. Like, the next level racism chart is what I got. That's what your granddad did. So, I don't know if the Zoomers understand how fundamental he was to creating the right-wing populist rhetoric of Trump, Tucker Carlson, and Shapiro. Yeah, of course. I mean, did call a female uni student a whore and a prostitute for wanting contraception to be covered by health insurance. I mean, that's basic stuff. That's basic stuff. Like, we're talking, yeah, old school conservatism, guys. Like, this is why I always say the the Republican Party has always been Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's always been the Republican Party, because like there is this like liberal understanding that there used to be like a regular Republican, and Rush Limbaugh has been in operation for a very long time. Like, and he's a regular Republican. You know what I mean? Regular Republicans weren't like, oh, you know, I only like the free market, you know, and I would like to deregulate these industries, these key industries, and make sure we're no longer allowing people to have unions. No, like, that's not regular conservatism. Regular conservatism is literally like Rush Limbaugh style, like, all women are whores if they want to have sex without marriage. Also, I will be having sex outside of marriage a lot, but if you do it as a woman, you're a fucking whore and you don't deserve contraception. You might actually get the death penalty. Like, that's regular conservatism, and there's always been regular conservatism. So do not fucking listen to, yeah, old school conservatism is like, you know, consent is bullshit, stuff like that. You know, oh, what now? Like, you want to ask for consent? What's next? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Am I gonna? I can't even think of a fucking analogy, because we've moved so far beyond that even the analogy that I would give you would be something that literally is like already unacceptable. So Miss Fluke and the rest of you feminazis, here's the deal. If we're going to pay for your contraceptives and thus pay for you to have sex, we want something for it. And I'll tell you what it is. We want you to post the videos online so we can all watch. My man, dude, he's fucking insane. Okay, so you'll understand a little bit further why we are, you know, us older folk or people that have been paying attention to politics for some time are, you know, happy about this recent development with Rush Limbaugh.